Hey, welcome to the tour of the 2016 Ram Promaster. Starting in the front here, the passenger seat swivels around, so you can turn it around like that. This is the only swivel I could find that was safety rated in the US, so it should be safe in a crash. The stereo has been replaced with this touchscreen CarPlay compatible stereo that also has shows you the backup camera that I also installed. I also upgraded the speakers in the side so the sound's a little bit better. Other than that, everything up here is mostly stock. Comes with the little cactus. Moving backwards, if you're sitting in the passenger seat, you can swivel this table around and use it as a desk surface, which is pretty cool. And you can also swivel it outside of the van and stand outside and use it as like a standing desk or to just chop veggies or something like that. Underneath this table is this upholstered bench you can sit on, and you can lift it up, and that's how you access the fridge freezer. And so you set the temperature for this. It's not fridge and freezer. It's the same temperature across the whole thing, but you can fit a decent amount of food in there. And then coming down to this electrical panel kind of thing, that shows you how charged your batteries are. It's 125 amp hour battery under the bed. And that gets charged off of the alternator when the car is running, and it also gets charged off a solar panel on the roof. It's a 100-watt solar panel. And this lets you dim the lights. So there's 4 of these recessed puck lights that you can turn on and off like that. And then the other light in the van is this kind of underglow underneath the kitchen cabinet, and there is a hidden switch, and so you just tap the side, turn that off and on. And then back here, there's a switch for the water pump, and then there's a switch for the cell phone signal booster that we have, and then there's just some power outlets. Coming here, just some little cabinets, cubby holes for clothing or other personal items. In the kitchen, we've got a 2-burner propane stove. It gets fed off of the small kind of propane tanks that I keep in the cabinet here. You can fill it off of a bigger propane tank too. It's a pretty deep sink here. It runs off of that water pump, and there's a 23-gallon water tank under the other side of the bed there. When the water flows down and you clean it out, it all dumps into this 5-gallon gray water tank, and then you can just dump that out. There's also a small cassette toilet that is included with the van, and there's room for all of your pots and pans and kind of cooking stuff and some seasoning and spices all there. There's this little metal backsplash, and then the ceiling is all cedar panels, including the pieces there. The floor is vinyl plank flooring, so it's pretty waterproof, which is nice. You don't have to worry about small spills, and it's pretty easy to clean. And yeah, coming back outside the van on the roof, you can see the solar panel and then 2 vents. So one of the vents is the exhaust fan basically for the kitchen. You can open it and start it. And then the other vent is above the bed, and there's a remote here that lets you operate it. It opens automatically, and you can set it to be exhaust or intake. And there's just a little thermostat, so you can have it turn on when it gets hot and turn off when it gets colder again. Down here, there's just a little motion sensor that I hooked up to an alarm system that also runs off of the house battery. And then coming around back, you can see the propane shower here. It's a heated shower, and it just plugs into the water tank out back here. So you take the hose, you plug into the shower, take propane, plug into the shower, and you can shower just out back here. This is how you fill up the water tank. It's 23 gallons. And there's all this space underneath for storage. And so these are all window coverings. These are for the back windows, and these are for the front. And I'm also selling this with a heated blanket and snow chains for the tires, some chairs if you want them. So yeah, that's most of it. Let me know if you're interested.